Good morning. How are y'all? You alright? Alright, today we're going to do a Theta Healing self-belief work session. And it's going to be about wealth and financial abundance. That's about the topic that came up for me today. And I think a lot of people could really benefit from looking into these topics and doing some of the inner work, shifting belief, changing limiting beliefs, so that more of this wealth can flow and actually your worthiness, your self-worth increases. I'm Susie Valentine. I'm a Master Theta Healing instructor and psychic, and I channel starseeds. Yesterday I just finished the DNA tree instructor class. I was assisting on that with Vienna and Brandy, and it was really, really fun to see how psychic everybody is and all the fun exercises to do, like expanding into items, moving items with your mind, spiritual bilocation. These are all kind of fun exercises that we do within DNA3. It was amazing. Okay, let's go to the belief work for today. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start testing, because I wrote down 2 beliefs. I want to test those before I'm going to shift them, right? Why am I doing this? To test which beliefs I'm holding in my subconscious. So I'm going to zip up, close my energy field to make sure I'm testing accurately. Then I'm going to say yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Okay, my body knows what yes and no is. It's testing accurately. And then I'm going to say on any level, in any language. If I have too much to lose, no, if I have too much, I lose too much. And just to believe, if I have too much, I lose too much. It stopped me from allowing more abundance in, right? It's interesting how the beliefs can really influence so much in our lives. And the second one I found, on any level, and on all levels, in all languages, I am worthy of being wealthy. It's a no, I'm not worthy of being wealthy. And let's test on all levels, in all languages, I'm worthy of being abundant. It's also a no. So let's see what's underneath there so all these beliefs can shift. Why do we do these sessions? To give you a good understanding of how you can use the self-belief work, the Theta Healing self-belief work, to shift your own beliefs. You're not dependent on others. How cool is it that we can shift our own limiting beliefs? We can start shifting the energy we are sending out in life and the energy we're getting back in life, meaning we're shifting the experiences we're having in life. I think it's pretty cool. I've been doing this for years. I've been teaching it for years. And my life has changed so much since Theta Healing. By the way, Theta Healing is not just about healing. It's about shifting your limiting beliefs, right? From your subconscious. Okay, and much more. But that's really a core thing we do. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little meditation to connect up to the creator energy. And from that creator energy, I'm going to do a scan of my own energy field to just see if there's anything more in my energy field that I need to take into consideration. And then I'm going to do the digging exercise. So I'm going to ask questions to find what beliefs are underneath the beliefs that I'm holding, that I want to shift. Because it's like a tree, right? The top beliefs are maybe like the leaves and some of the branches, but we really need to go back to the core, like the roots of that tree, to see what is holding these beliefs in place. Which of the roots are holding these beliefs in place? And once we find the roots, then we can shift these. And as soon as we take the roots out, then the entire, like all the beliefs are gone linked to it. And then we can plant something positive in return for that. Okay, so we're going to do the digging to the bottom beliefs. Then we're going to do the secondary gain. So how is it helping me to hold on to these limiting beliefs, and what am I learning from this situation? Then we do the Theta Healing downloads and the feeling downloads, and that will shift everything. Then we will test again, and we will see that the beliefs are gone. All right, let's get started. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and relax. And then just become one with every cell in your body. We're going to do expanding out instead of going up. Both of the techniques work, right? To connect to create energy. Become one with every cell in your body. And then gently expand out. You're going to become one with the chair you're sitting on. With the floor, with the walls, with the ceiling, with the entire room you're in. Beautiful. You're not taking on any energies. You're just gently expanding out and becoming one with it. Now imagine you're becoming one with the entire property you're in. With your entire village or city. Very good. And then imagine you're one with the whole country. And the whole world, with the waters, the land. Beautiful. Now we're going to keep expanding out. And imagine you're now expanding your energy and becoming one with the moon and the stars and the entire universe. You're one with your chair, with the earth, with the universe, and with the layers and layers of light. The bright light and more bright light. You expand into the golden light. You're becoming one with the golden light. You expand into the jelly-like substance that shines in all the colors of the rainbow. You're becoming one with the jelly-like substance. Very good. And then you're going to expand out in the tingling white light of the creative all that is. And everything turns into this beautiful unconditional love energy of creation. And you can go deeper and deeper into this energy. Beautiful. Being connected with this divine energy, your creator energy, your God energy, I'm going to ask to do a scan of my own energy. So I'm going to go creative all that is. It's requested to do a scan of my own energy field in the highest and best way. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. Usually I would do this in my head, but because this is a live example, I obviously say this out loud so you can hear what I'm doing. And then I'm going back into my body and just scan from the top all the way to the bottom. And observe what's going on related to abundance, related to worthiness, related to like growing my financials. Overall, my energy is actually pretty stable around all of these things. I just see a few little darker spots, and these are like, for me, signs that there's something not fully allowing that energy to flow. So I'm just going to check with Creator where I start the digging so that energy can completely flow. Okay. Creator is saying to me, what is going to happen when you can do everything you ever wanted, when you have everything you ever wanted? What's going to happen in your life? And the first thing that I feel as an answer is like, life is going to get really boring, because if you have everything that you want, you become like spoiled. You become like a spoiled child and you want more, but there's never like, it becomes boring and there's never any satisfaction. That's what's coming up for me. Right? So I'm going to just do some digging on that. Okay, now I hear from Creator the next question. What was the first time that you had a lifetime where you didn't experience satisfaction? I'm being taken somewhere in the genetic line. And I'm seeing like a lady, and she's working really, really hard. And she's very goal-oriented, working really hard. It felt like there's been a war on. And there's like lack of support of a man. And there's also a bit of bitterness in the energy. A bit of bitterness. And even though she's working really hard and she's managing to like make things work for herself and her family, there's like very little joy and definitely no satisfaction there. Okay. So Creator's saying, what's the worst that can happen if she never experienced any satisfaction? Well, then she doesn't know what the joy of life is, what life is about, the beauty of life. She's like lacking so much of the human experience. And then I hear from Creator ask the question, why did she choose for that? And my first response is like, why would you choose for that? But that's not the point, right? Here's my resistance. So I'm going to check in. Why did she choose for that? So it's like, I wanted to experience the limits of being a human. The limitations of being a human. Because there's so few places in the galaxy that you can experience it. Okay. Why did you want to experience the limitations of being a human? She's like, because it allows you to hone in to some very specific areas of focus. No, I'm not talking about your life, but you're probably here because you can gain something from it. I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, so you're probably here because you're gaining something from it, right? It's something about really being able to focusing on specific areas. And why did you want to, like, Creators, like, why did you want to focus on these specific areas? She's like, because I want to master them. Okay. So it's almost like to master certain areas in life, I have to limit myself in other areas of life. It's like you can't have it all. Should you test that? Setting up. Yes. No. On any level, in any language, to master certain areas of life, you have to limit yourself in other areas of life. Wow, interesting. I'm going to write that down to test it later again. Okay, there's another belief that's coming through quite strongly, and that is like suffering and limitation accelerate the ability to master new virtues. Wow. So on any level, in any language, suffering and limitation accelerates the ability to master new virtues. That's a yes. Okay, these are quite interesting beliefs, right? Because when I believe that I can master or learn new virtues faster, when I limit myself and when I suffer, then I'm going to create suffering and limiting in my life on a subconscious level. Now, I'm happy that I found these beliefs because I don't really want to experience the suffering and the limitation, but I do want to experience the, I do want to learn new virtues. I do want to grow and expand, right? So I'm going to disconnect these two from each other. Let me just check if we are at the bottom belief with creator. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So what I'm going to do is I found my 2 bottom beliefs, or 3 bottom beliefs. I found my bottom beliefs. Now I'm going to do into secondary gains and lessons. So how are these bottom beliefs, how are they helping me, or how could they help me in my life? All right, let's have a look. Okay, so the first one is it helps me to master and learn new virtues faster. So I'm going to ask Creator to do a few downloads. And if you'd like to receive the downloads, you can say yes. This also works when you do the replay. You don't have to at all. It's just a little bit of energy that we send to you if you want it. If you feel you resonate with it, right? Use your intuition here. And I know if you're watching this, you have an intuition. It's probably stronger than you think. All right. Let me do a download around this. So can the Creator show us Creator's highest perspective of learning new virtues, experiencing new virtues, mastering virtues, from an energy in a place of ease, from an energy of playfulness, from an energy of joy, without limiting ourselves, without suffering. Without being bored. If you like that, you can say yes. And just allowing that energy to come into my space, it completely goes from tense to very relaxed. My cells are really relaxing. That's how powerful a good proper download can be. Okay. Now I had a couple more beliefs. So to master certain areas of life, I have to limit other areas. And suffering and limitation accelerates my abilities to learn new virtues. Okay. So how does it help me to believe that if I want to master certain areas, I have to limit myself in other areas? I'm just going to check in with that. Then I hear, then you can have a proper focus on the areas that your soul really wanted to learn and that you really wanted to learn. So there is focus without distraction. Right. So, can the creator show me or show us what it feels like? First of all, create this highest definition of focus. How to focus without distraction. What focus feels like. And how we can focus while still having fun. How we can focus and still enjoy life, right? So that it goes with ease, with flow, with like this energy of wonder, this energy of excitement, this energy of curiosity. You know, want to know what that feels like and how to do that? You can say yes. Okay, that energy helps, but it's not resolving everything in my field just yet. So I need something else. I'm just going to scan myself and what else I need. Okay, I have some vows, oaths, energetic contracts. So I'm just going to ask Creator to complete any vows, oaths, energetic contracts that block me from focusing in life. Because being focused is dangerous. It's almost like if I'm focused, I can't sense any of the energy of anything else that's going on around me in my life. Therefore, it's dangerous. Now, I'm going to ask Creator to complete that. Right now, if you feel like you have something similar, we can ask Creator to complete that for you as well. It's your choice. Not every one of you will have that, by the way. And then I'm going to replace that with how I can focus and properly focus while still being aware of what's going on around me, what's going on in the world. Then it's possible to have both and what that feels like. And also I'm going to bring in that energy of trust. That I'm always focusing on the right things at the right times for me. So everything just flows easily, happens in the highest and best way for all, for everyone. And what that feels like and how to do that. Thank you, Creator. That feels a lot lighter now. Okay. That feels good. Now I'm just going to move on to the lessons. So I'm going to ask the lady that I've been doing the digging work on, which is a genetic line digging, right? What we did today. I'm going to ask what she learned from this situation. Okay, her soul wanted to learn the virtue of focus, the virtue of focus and unconditional love. Okay. So I'm going to ask Creator to give some downloads. The highest definition of focus, what focus feels like, and also the virtue of focus. Yeah. And what unconditional love feels like, how to experience it, how to live it in life, how to enjoy it, and create its highest definition of unconditional love. If you like this, you can also say yes. Okay, I literally hear from like the ancestor, it's like, I'm content now. And the energy feels much more balanced. And I'm just going to check in. Does she want anything else? Would she benefit from anything else? Okay, she's like, I want to have more trust. I want to be able to like have so much trust that I can just surrender into like the way I'm guided by creator energy, by the spiritual team, by the angels. So let's give that to her, what it feels like to have trust, what it feels like to have deep levels of trust. So she has the ability to surrender into the higher guidance of creator, of the angels, of her spiritual team, while still using her intuition and without being naive. And if you like that as well, you can say yes. And also what that feels like, right? And that this is possible and allowed. That feels good. Now, there is something really important about this. What we are doing is we're making the energetic shifts, right, in the subconscious. That doesn't mean that you consciously don't have to do anything. If you are, we are lining up or tidying up your subconscious belief system, you still consciously need to take certain action. If you are working on trust on the subconscious and then you're going in your daily life, I don't trust this, I don't trust that, I don't trust that. What you're doing is like you're creating the old belief systems. You're recreating the old belief systems and letting go of the new ones. So even when you are doing lots of this beautiful, powerful inner work, you still consciously need to take actions that are in alignment with the inner work you're doing, which makes sense, right? So you physically still need to take actions and you need to make sure you do that in alignment. And you will see once the beliefs have shifted, it becomes a lot easier to do that. Okay. I'm just going to check in with Creator. If there's anything else. I'm getting like this from my ancestor, from thank you, which is wonderful. And I'm just going to ask Creator to complete the lessons that we have of focus and unconditional love in the highest and best way. Yeah. Wonderful. And then I'm going to clear the space, ask Creator to cleanse the space and fill it up with unconditional love. Very good. Now, Vienna, the founder of Theta Healing, is has been quite specific in the course yesterday that if we want to stay connected to that creator energy, we actually can, because it's a very unconditional loving energy and it can help us in our daily life. So you can do a rinse in the 7th plane to make sure like you've rinsed your energy, you've cleansed your energy. It's just in the sparkling white light. Do a sparkly shower. If you want to stay connected there, that's totally fine. If you feel like you want to ground, then allow the energy to come up from the earth to the soles of your feet, all the way to the top of your head. Take a deep breath. And you can do an energy break. Right hand with the thumb down, left hand thumb up. Rub your hands together. Your left hand pushes the energy away from you. Your right hand pushes the energy towards you. Then you can zip up. Okay, so I've finished my healing. I just do really want to make sure I'm retesting these beliefs so to have the confirmation that they're gone. By the way, if you enjoyed this, if you got some benefit from it, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, get the notifications if you want to. We're doing this every week to really empower you, motivate you, and show you what is actually possible if you do a little bit of the inner work. By the way, if you want to learn Theta Healing, go to susievalentine.com, check out my website and the courses that we are providing for you. Okay, I'm zipping up again. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Then I'm going back to the belief. So the bottom belief was, on any level, in any language, to master certain areas of life, you have to limit other areas. No. I just want to also test it in the I form. So on any level, in any language, to master certain areas of life, I have to limit myself in other areas. That's a no. So that I shifted. Very good. And then on any level, in any language, suffering and limitations accelerate my ability to learn new virtues. No, so I don't need suffering and limitation anymore to accelerate and learn new virtues. Let's get back to the top beliefs, the beliefs we started with. So on any level, in any language, if I have too much, I lose too much. No, that is gone now. And on any level, on all levels, in all languages, I'm worthy of being wealthy. Yeah. On all levels, in all languages, I'm worthy of being abundant. Yes, for sure. So everything is shifting. Now, how interesting is this? Like, we started with wealth and abundance and being able to like have things, like hold a certain amount of money or have like certain assets, to be able to hold that and be responsible for that in your own energy. And now, that was blocking for me. And now we've shifted that. We started around abundance, about wealth, around like having things. Whilst the beliefs, the core beliefs underneath that, the bottom beliefs, were around suffering, around limitation, and around focus. These things are connected. Everything is interconnected on some level, and you never know what the real problem is underneath the beliefs, the limiting beliefs you're experiencing. And that is why Theta Healing is so incredibly powerful, because you start with certain beliefs, and when you do the digging, you will see that it's linked to something completely different. And when you actually shift that, it automatically shifts and opens up the energy for you that was blocking you in your life. Cool, huh? Okay, thank you for being here. Feel free to give the videos a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, go and have a look at susievalentine.com if you feel like you can benefit from some more support or want to do some Theta Healing courses. We do courses on demand, and I see you next week. And Hollanay, thank you for being here. I appreciate your message, and you're very welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.